this. Kiana do the pushback with the supreme display of talent, but I think JDG have all the right tools when we talk about a later game instance in this game. 3 items is scary when you have...
Jungler is... Bit of an awkward spot for him, and for Xiaoxu, things have not gotten a whole lot better. This is a full-on dive by BLG. Bin collects first blood, and this Gwen gets
just having access to more camps means that he's going to be a lot quicker on the play to get to level 6. Xiaoxu again.
This gets so much worse. There's no flash on this Zahen. He's just gone. It is another kill to Bin. This is going to get oppressive incredibly quickly, and flash forward for Knight. Remember, HongQ's got no egg. This could be a big difference maker so low.
Oh, no, he's dead.
Knight
Steps one step out of line. Knight walks up a little too far. Shun is going to get zoned off by the stun.
Shun in a bit of an awkward position, as unfortunately the bot lane priority continues to go the way of JDG. Bin, again, caught on the top side. Can't do too much about it. Grim Deliverance does keep him up for now, though. He's actually, hold on, teleporting out of here.
Because they are a little bit shorter range, they really want to try to take these grubs away, giving a Gwen and a Ryze the side lane. Oh.
Supreme display of talent just makes that unplayable, unfortunately. Healthy lead, and now there's no quickness on.
Yeah, so BLG not really there with the engage shield, but that's not going to matter.
We just keep stepping up, and we keep going forward. Vampire will fall, but GALA answers that back, takes out Shun. And it's a quick reversal of fortunes for JDG. I mean, they do lose their support, but they took out the jungler, and we're all the way back at Dragon that JDG can absolutely snag.
Guys, and I hate to pull up an aside, but Gwen was literally fighting Xiaoxu underneath, in between the turrets here. He was completely proxy farming him as well.
JDG managed to back off. They don't get the Rift Herald, but they get bot lane tower. The first tower of the game going to Xiaoxu.
I think that's extremely expensive, and they're going to be able to hit this plate in mid. I think HongQ should still be fine. He has flash.
Knight's going to be able to get away from this as well. BLG, despite getting the objective, kind of feel like they're playing on a knife's edge.
Yeah, they are really trying to squeeze as much as a lot of their damage dealers.
They see him now. Bin does have teleport. Xiaoxu is just going to walk. This is going to be a 5-on-5 for the game.
JunJia backs off, and there goes the teleport from Bin. Nobody from JDG wanting to step up to that, but a little bit of an ultimate on top of it, just to make it a little uncomfortable for BLG. This scuttle belonging to BLG is a small victory, but they need a whole lot more. GALA needs room to step up, and Knight's going on the flank, making this sort of pincer onto the JDG backline. Dragon's at about half HP. We've got a Rift Herald out, and the knockup coming down from that. Out goes the Supreme Display of Talent. Dragon goes over to BLG. On is in the backline. Double knockup, and Bin is all over it. He's snapping up GALA and shutting down JDG. Xiaoxu does manage to find a big Grim Deliverance. Out comes the Blade Caller. But Bin, chasing him down now, should have no problem with his opposite number.
Okay. Yeah, that's a huge win here for BLG. Not only do they grab all of the kills on this play, they get the Dragon, and they'll
BLG, I feel like it's just going to get worse with time for JDG when you're looking at the enemy team, because we're going to have the Gwen continuing to scale, we're going to have the Xayah continuing to get items and be more discussion here.
Can we just get the L3? Just put the L3 on the screen, guys. Thank you. Okay, we're talking about Knight. We're already talking about the Ryze. We might have to hold this as JunJia.
Does actually get away from the Supreme Display of Talent. That is big. Big cooldown out of BLG. JDG again looking for a fight, but they don't really have the right to start one. They're engaged without JunJia moving forward. A bit lackluster, even though HongQ's doing his best.
They also have control of mid. BLG, though, they're going to look for a fight.
On. Does find HongQ. Still got the availability for HongQ to live, and the hostile takeover actually buys a lot of space for JDG. GALA sends the support over the wall, finds a double knockup, but no follow-up on it. On's still getting out of this as well, and I cannot believe we trade those cooldowns and get nothing.
I love this, though. We have Dragon spawning in 2 minutes, and now look at BLG's
2 books left. He's got 2 books left.
I can't even read, so that's why I do League of Legends. We got Dragon started here. BLG are first to the play.
Remember, on no flash for this. It's going to stymie his engage options a little bit, but suppose that if BLG just kill the dragon, it simply does not matter. JDG back right off. Dragons are evened up, and while JDG still have some decent scaling options,
attempting to overload to try and get a pick that JDG just haven't really tried it.
Never gets to walk up to this turret. Actually could see it fall right here. BLG managed to claim the mid lane tier 1 at 27 minutes, and that changes things for JDG in a huge way. Forced back into their own jungle, perhaps not theirs for very long, as Shun even gets to walk in here and lay down a bit of vision. Now it's BLG's control over the Baron pit.
Stands there from Viper, he notices, oh!
Double knock up from On, this is big! And following that up with the supreme display of talent, HongQ, even through the egg, does not get to come back. BLG pick the mid laner, and they look for more. They look for the Baron.
Yeah, Viper stood on the mid wave and forced JunJia out, made him use his flash, and now JDG are gonna have to answer. Baron almost gone.
Still got hostile takeover in the pit. That can be deadly, but look at Bin walking things out, taking JunJia to half health. He's in the pit. JunJia wants the Baron, but it's too high HP. He's gonna go down. And we look at the rest of JDG. We look at GALA trying desperately to make something happen, and it is for nothing. He will fall. Vampire, last alive, will be run down, and BLG, they'll pick up a delayed ace and the Baron.
Or really the damage to deal with BLG's carries at this point. It's become...
And a big...
Even now forced to give up that tier 2. I mean, the Baron is going to do some serious damage, especially into an Onivia composition.
And the big thing about HongQ, the one that kind of set him behind, is hang on, is looking for an engage.
Uh-oh.
If they win a fight here, they win the game, and that's the threat that BLG have right now. JunJia does rocket on forward, but it is just to get BLG out of their base. We have not seen the big cyclone engages that JDG need to buy space for GALA. Instead, BLG taking what they want every time.
And a big reason why HongQ really didn't have the influence that we saw from him in game number 3 was because of Knight. Knight was doing a really good job at kind of going band for band with HongQ in the laning phase, and a Knight, a player, one of the most accomplished in the LPL. A win here would be his 7th first place, an absolutely legendary stat for a legendary player that so many consider to be the GOAT of the LPL at this point in time, but still trying to reach those new heights that have never been reached before.
Wow, so cute. Using the Baron with the Realm Warp to get the last tier 1 or tier 2 out.
This last bit of safety that JDG have between them and really the end of the game. JunJia getting a little desperate, is going to force the Feather Storm out of Viper, the flash out of him as well. On goes on a peel journey, but the hostile takeover connects, and it's a big kill for JunJia. Jun does come in to try and reverse things.
Knight is ending the
game.
game!
Buys time. Knight is just... He's just focused on the one thing, the win for BLG, and Bin is turning things around topside as well. Is there a place where BLG truly lose?
Maybe. They're getting the teleport back. They're going to try to end it. Gets canceled.
Wait, they canceled it!
Xiaoxu, please.
He can do this. And HongQ can clear waves, surely. No,
Knight
he can't step up to Knight. Knight is
gonna
literally ending the game.
HongQ, stop him!
There, literally do something, anything! Stop him! Knight! He pops the egg, and Knight, by force, will take his next title. Xiaoxu and Vampire trying to stand in his way. One more auto will do it. And with the Realm Warp for style, Knight once again crowns himself king of the LPL.